Focus. I'm your host, Barb Nadeau, and we have a packed show today. We have Carolyn Clevenger for the Veterans Assistance Commission of Kendall County, Cindy Worsley for Fox Valley Community Services, Mike Shepard for Rockin' Christmas in Plano, and Sharon Pagoria for Indian Valley Theater. And we'll get started talking with Carolyn Clevenger for the Veterans Assistance Commission in just a moment.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Carolyn Clevenger is an assistant superintendent for the Veterans Assistance Commission of Kendall County. Thank you for being here on our November show.
Thank you for having us. November's a great month.
It is. It's a very special month, and I guess that's because Veterans Day happens,
Yes.
November 11th, and a lot of important things happen, but, especially for some of our younger people, I don't think they understand the significance of November 11th.
November 11th is a day that we honor all of our veterans that have served. It's very important to us to make sure that they understand that we are thankful for their service, that we're thankful for our freedom, and that without them, none of that would have been possible.
What will you be doing on that day?
We have a pretty packed schedule for that day. It's a government holiday, so we are off. However, our two veterans in the office, I'm the only civilian, so I'm working the day. We have a presentation at the Oswego Senior Center to start the day off, along with a presentation at Cedarhurst. In the middle of the day, we're going to be doing a pinning ceremony at both locations, presenting certificates to some of our veterans, thanking them for their service. And then we're going to close out the day. I have a meeting with the Yorkville Junior Women's Club, just talking about what we do, why we do it, our mission, why it is important to us. And then we've got other things scattered throughout the month. We are actually talking with the Fox Valley Community Services. They've got an event coming up mid-month that we are hoping to be a big part of. They've invited us to come out, so we just don't have the details hammered out, but we intend on being there for them. It's an important event.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. And to see a pinning ceremony, it's really just such a simple thing.
It is.
But to see a pin recognizing the service be given to our veterans, especially now our World War II veterans, they're
There's
becoming
very few left.
Yeah, scarcer and scarcer. And then the Korean conflict and all the other veterans. It's just such a heartwarming thing.
They are dwindling. We are losing our World War II vets and our Korean conflict veterans every day. Our Vietnam veterans are the boomers, so they're all coming into Medicare and retirement and so on and so forth. And we're just seeing a huge influx of their needs and making sure that their needs are met. The Vietnam veterans were met with a lot of disrespect when they returned, and it's our job to turn that around.
You're a perfect person for your job. I know you
I
say, well, I'm just the only civilian in the office, but
I'm very blessed.
It's a labor of love for you.
Back when Ed Dixon was in charge at the Veterans Assistance Commission of Kendall County, I jokingly would walk past his office and say, so are you ready to hire me yet? And I was at Senior Services before that for about 10 years. And he'd always grump at me and, yeah. And I'd say, oh, you're going to hire me someday. Well, he didn't, but Chad Lockman is our superintendent, and when I was presented with the opportunity to just interview, I was honored. And when I got the job, I seriously wanted to skip through the halls like Little Orphan Annie.
I think you kind of did, I remember.
Yeah, I jokingly said that the theme song running through my head was, I think I'm gonna like it here, yes, yes, from Little Orphan Annie. So I'm very blessed. I have a great job, we have a great team. Will is our transportation coordinator and handles all of the transportation and handles pensions and compensation. We call it comp. And then Chad is a great leader. They're both Marines, so.
And you know, you've mentioned some of the different things that are happening there at the Veterans Assistance Commission, and I want to ask you, because there's sometimes a confusion, what's the difference between the VAC, the Veterans Assistance Commission, and the VA?
We are accredited by the VA, so we have received our training and accreditation and our permissions that have been granted by the VA, but we are the liaison for the veteran. We don't work for the VA. We have no problem stepping up to the VA for the veteran and defending them, appealing for them, fighting their fight alongside them, because they've fought enough.
And you mentioned transportation. I know you're able to get vets up to Hines or wherever they need to go, and that's a great service that you offer. What are some of the other things that you offer for the vets?
Transportation makes us different from some of the other counties because we do have our own fleet. We go to Hines 4 days a week, and then we have a local driver that will also take them to appointments. But some of the other things we offer are help with compensation and pension applications, applying for the medical benefits through Hines, getting them through all the red tape, because honestly, looking at some of those applications, if I didn't know what I was doing, they're kind of scary. Many pages of filling out information and finding what needs to be filled out and attaching documents, and we do all that. I tell people we're the lawyer that goes before the judge, which would be the rater or the person at the VA. We're the lawyer that presents the case to the judge, paints the story behind the veteran, lets them know what the vet's been through, lets them know what the vet's going through, so that they can then rate the veteran accordingly to their disabilities, help them with their pensions, help them maintain being able to stay in their home. We've got a lot of really good success stories. I wish we had more time because we've helped veterans stay in their home that were losing their home to either tax sale or what have you, and granted them with the benefits to be able to pay their bills and get the help in the home that they need, or get the help in being able to stay in a nursing home or assisted living.
And I know you're also great support to spouses and
Yes.
children who sometimes can't maneuver through those records, but you know, they have a veteran, a loved
Absolutely.
one that they're trying to help.
Yes, it's not inundating for us because it's something we do every day, but when they open that packet of paperwork, it's frightening. It's a lot of paperwork, it's a lot to look at, and they don't know where to begin, and they come into us, but the best feeling I can have is when they come into us with that worried look on their face and they're anxious and nervous and sweaty palms, and when they leave, they're like, this is so easy.
So Carolyn, I know that you're in the Kendall County Health Department building.
Yeah, we are.
And how do we reach you?
Our main number is 630-553-8355. My direct line, if you'd like to contact me, is 630-553-8354. Look us up on the web at www.kendallvets.org. We can be found on Facebook. You can send us a message on Facebook for those people that are good with the internet. As I get older, I'm finding it's harder and harder.
So there you go. There you go. You can find them. They are there, and they're there for you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
being here
us
today. We'll be right back with more on Fox Valley in Focus.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Our next guest is Sharon Pagoria. She is a producer and publicity director for Indian Valley Theater. Thanks for being here today.
Well, thanks for having me.
I'm very excited to hear about your season. I know you have about 3 basic shows, but that doesn't count because I know you're busy all summer with summer workshops and melodramas. But I want to know about the upcoming show because it's really unique.
It's very unique. The next show we're going to be putting on at the Sandwich Opera House is called A Twisted Christmas Carol. It is written by the playwright Phil Olson. He wrote all the Don't Hug Me series, and we have produced 2 of his published shows. We were actually asked by him to do this show. It's a world premiere show. It is non-published yet. He will be having it published after he has it presented several times across the country. And we are only one of 8 theater companies that were chosen by him to produce this show.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really
it's
unique.
really cool.
So, Twisted Christmas Carol, is this kind of like is it scary?
No, it's a humorous and heartwarming Texas spoof on Charles Dickens' classic. I think the playwright even says Charles Dickens would laugh. It's in a barbecue joint, and a cantankerous man says he's going to skip Christmas. And he runs off and goes four-wheeling, gets hit by a twister, his truck rolls, he winds up in a coma, and then
Hence the
spirits,
twisted part.
Yes, and then 3 spirits visit him and try to get his life back on track. So it's really cool.
Oh my goodness, how are you going to create all of that? That's a lot of special effects. I don't know how you do that and it will be at the Sandwich Opera House.
It will be at the Sandwich Opera House. It is December 6th and 7th at 7:30, and then December 8th at 2 p.m. And you can buy tickets online, or you can call, our number and get some tickets that way too. But it is really, really a unique show. We have some wonderful actors. We have a wonderful crew. It's going to be terrific. People need to come see it because, like I said, it's a world premiere, and there's only one other company in Illinois that's doing it, a couple in California, a couple in Texas, and that's pretty much it.
That's really wonderful.
Yes.
But the thing is, I know a lot about Indian Valley Theater because I've lived in the area for such a long time. Mm-hmm. A lot of our viewers don't realize it, that they have such an established theater community right here in the Sandwich area. Mm-hmm. And of course you have that wonderful venue of the Sandwich Opera House where you can perform most of your shows. But tell us about the company and, how many years have you been involved?
Oh, I've been involved since the late 80s. It started in 1983, IVT did, with it's a group of women from the Junior Women's Club. And so it just grew. And we do, as you say, we have 3 shows during the year. We just completed Murder on the Rerun, and A Twisted Christmas Carol is next in December. And it's a really good show. I really encourage people to come and see it. I'm really impressed by the playwright's ability to write this kind of humorous, heartwarming show. Then we will be having another show, Snow White, and that will be in March. But I brought my cheat sheet so I could remember when auditions were. The audition dates for Snow White are January 11th from 1 to 4 and January 13th from 6 to 9. And they're looking for, the director of that show is Michelle Wade, another seasoned thespian with us. And they're looking for people 9 to 99 to come and audition for that show. And it's going to be very good. It's not the Disney version, it is the Brothers Grimm version, which has been adapted for families.
Okay, because the Brothers Grimm version is a little darker.
Mm-hmm. But this one's been adapted by another playwright for family. So it's really interesting. But it is not the Disney version.
So 9 to 90 or 9 to 99?
9 to 99. And if you're over that, that's fine too.
Oh, yeah. How large of a cast?
It's a quite a large cast. I don't know the whole amount of people, but it is a large cast we're going to be looking for that show.
Well, I think that community theater is a great opportunity for parents. It's a great opportunity for people of all ages, definitely adults, to explore a different part of their personality and their talents, But for young people, it teaches so much, poise and memorization and just, movement. And there's so much that they can get out of it.
And we do a lot with our younger folk to teach them how to articulate on stage, how to project. And we do a lot of that at our summer workshops in the summer. Those are for children. And they're usually in June. And then the older kids, the high school kids, are in July. And that can all that information can be found at our website as well. So
and
those are really great. Those are really great.
They actually get to experience everything about theater.
Right. they learn about the lights, they learn about makeup, costumes, props, sets, everything. So it's really a great program for the kids in the summer.
And then to be able to perform on that wonderful stage.
Yes, we're very blessed to work with the Opera House. We work very closely hand in hand, and we are just extremely blessed to work with them.
Well, Sharon, thank you so much. I can't wait. Twisted Christmas Carol coming up at the beginning of December, and then your New Year's resolution, audition for Snow White. Fantastic. Thanks for being here, and we'll be back with more right after this.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Cindy Worsley joins us now. She is the Executive Director of Fox Valley Community Services. Cindy, thanks for being here, but you're confusing us all. What's this Fox Valley Community Services?
Well, nobody more than myself. We have always been known as Fox Valley Older Adult Services. And you know what we're finding, because I am one, I can really recognize this a lot, is that nobody wants to be called older adult. And so we have really changed our name to match more completely what we do. Fox Valley Community Services, so that people know that if they need a service in the community, they can call us. And of course, most of what we do is related to our older adults. Those people who don't like that name, related to our adults who come to the center who might need some in-home help, who come for daily activities and socialization, getting out of the house and having a good time. And so we think this better fits our name. And the other little side benefit is that we rent the center for brides, for weddings, and we have difficulty when we tell them they're going to have their reception at the older adult center. They don't want to come to there. So we found this has really been a lot better for everybody.
That's wonderful. It's great because you really, truly are doing services for the entire community, and your center is bustling every hour of the day.
Oh, it is. It is all the time, clear through the evening. Sometimes I go by and I wonder what's going on in there now.
It takes a little effort and a little bit of money, though, to do everything you do. And I know that you have is this your major fundraiser of the year coming up in November?
The fair is probably the major one, the Sandwich Fair, and this is second. And you know, we do this because we want to keep this center lively and active for our people, to keep people young in heart and young in hope. And we think that when we provide these programs, it helps people do that. There is no funding for a senior center in the state of Illinois. And so everything that you see that goes on there, from the utility payments to the mortgage payment to paying our employees to cleaning the building, all of that is supported by these events that we have.
So when is your gala?
Our gala is November 16th. It will begin at 6 o'clock. You can get tickets by calling our office, 815-786-9404. I believe you can go to the website, and you should probably be on our mailing list. So if you don't get a mailing, call us and we'll make sure you get tickets. This is a great evening. We're going to have pre-dinner music early on and some piano playing, and then we have a group who are coming in to walk around the room. They're dressed as in the holiday, and they'll be singing Christmas carols for everybody. And that's just some nice, you know, if you're sitting there visiting with your friends and somebody comes up and sings Jingle Bells next to you, how could we help but be happy? We do an auction. We're having a catered dinner by Upper Crust this year. And then we have silent and live auctions. We're doing a cash drawing, just a whole variety of things that go on for that evening. Everybody has a great time. We look for probably about 150 to 175 people who attend. So get your tickets now.
Okay, so that's November 16th.
Yes, again, you can do that by going to our website or calling our office.
Before we started our interview today, you and I were talking about all the different things coming up, and it was really nice to hear from Carolyn saying that the
Yes.
Veterans Assistance Commission is working with you. And I know you have a Veterans Celebration coming up
do.
on the 18th.
On the 18th. It's a little difficult to get it on Veterans Day because so much happens then. And so last year we had ours after Veterans Day, and we got such good attendance and response to it that we decided to do that again this year. I believe Carolyn is going to be coming to that luncheon to help. So we do want to say that if you are a vet, lunch is free for you that day. What we do need, though, is your reservation. So if you would call 815-787-6219, extension 2, and leave your reservation for that day. As I mentioned, I want to repeat it again, lunch is free for our veterans in recognition, very small recognition for all they've given us throughout their lives. And, you know, veterans don't get over being veterans when the war or the time in the service is over. It stays with them for a lifetime, and this is a good place perhaps to reminisce with a friend, to be recognized for the work that you did and the chances that you took when you were a veteran. So please do come and join us for that day. And if you haven't ever had lunch with Sally Craig, she is our cook. You know you want to come and see Sally. She's also having entertainment that day. Sandy Haynes is going to come, and she has great sounds from the 20s through the 70s. So we'll get all of the veterans in there, I think. And she plays the improvisational flute. She just does a great job. So once again, call your reservation in and then come for dinner that day, please.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Your organization also collaborates with a lot of other groups. For example,
do.
you were telling me about all the things you're doing with the library, and I know we're going to run out of time, but I just want to mention them quickly. You
good.
have a senior tech class.
Yes.
Fantastic opportunity. You also have a book to movie where they actually read a book and then watch the movie.
Yes,
so you
we
get
did
to
The
talk
Great
about
Gatsby last week.
That's awesome. And then a writing club.
A writing
so
club.
back to those reminiscing days. So
Yes.
Cindy, you are doing so many amazing things.
Thank you. We're so happy to do this. It's wonderful. We all have a good time there.
Well, it's great to have you here. And I hate to say it, but we have run out of time and we've got to get one more guest on
All
before
right.
the end of the show. Thanks for being with
Thank you very
with
much.
us. Thank you. And we'll be right back.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And Mike Shepard rounds out our show today. He is the new committee president for Plano's Rockin' Christmas. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
This is exciting. Plano's Rockin' Christmas is one of the most heartwarming events of the year for me, and I think it's awesome that you have taken over the leadership role. Tell me, how did you decide to get involved, and how did this all come to be?
Well, it started with the Plano Area Chamber of Commerce, where I was on a subcommittee of the committee last year, and there have been some openings this year, and I was kind of voluntold by the mayor. Coming off of another committee for another event, he sent me an email, and I showed up, and now I'm the president.
Well, busy people are the ones that you want to do things, and you're somebody who's really, just making your presence known, and you're so active in the community, so it's great.
Yeah, it is great. And this particular event, the Rockin' Christmas, I've never been a part of an event where actually the drive is in your own community. So you see it from the collection to the events to the actual delivery in Plano. So
what's your favorite part of the event?
Well, I'm biased because last year we started doing the Turkey Bowl, the football game, on Thursday. So it's a tie. We do Thursday morning on Thanksgiving. We do a football game where it's also a collection site, and it's all ages. Flag football, and it's also a collection site where people will drop off food. We have hot chocolate for charity. Between that and the light parade on Friday night, those two events.
And then there's also collections throughout the community.
There are collections throughout the community. A few businesses have all kind of pitched in, and those will be posted later.
Okay, so we're going to have boxes out there, and then actually you can give cash donations as well?
Cash donations help as well. They'll pay for the perishable items, because we're delivering actual dinners, turkeys and hams and eggs and butter. So,
And then Friday night, you mentioned the lighted parade, and I know that everyone gathers down at the depot in front of the depot there in the center of Plano, and there's music, usually music, and some.
Lots of fun activities. Like I'd mentioned, the light show. Santa will be available also that night. We're doing a little different this year is the cookie crawl. So basically, we want to incorporate all the downtown businesses. So by them participating with cookies. Actually, the cookie tins are donated, so you just pick up your cookie tin and you go from place to place, and hopefully by the end of the day, you'll have a nice selection of cookies.
So you're going to have music down there at the depot about 5. Then you're going to have your parade, I think, is at 5:30.
Correct.
Then the lighted parade ends with a lighting of the whole town.
Actually, yes, the lighting of the trees. The mayor will throw the switch, right? And also, we have something a little bit different this year. We're going to have a tree. You can sponsor trees and decorate trees. Local businesses can get their name out there, and we'll also have a little area with different trees from different businesses with unique decorations.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I think that you can get that information at Plano City Hall.
You can.
It's also on the
absolutely.
website, I believe.
Yes,
So Plano's just going to be lit up from one end of downtown to the other.
Plano is lit up. It is a lot of fun. It really is. I mean, just the energy in the air and the environment, and just the winter. It's a winter festival, so it's a lot of fun.
It's a very sweet event because I know you mentioned Santa and that he'll be in the parade, and then he'll skedaddle over to the library so that the children can come and tell them what's on their list. And that's always a nice part of the evening. And then, of course, the Ross Greider Spirit Award, where they recognize somebody who is
outstanding citizen.
Just an outstanding citizen in town. But that's all Friday night.
That's all Friday night.
What people don't realize is what's going on behind the scenes on Saturday and then on Sunday.
Saturday as well. There's a rock and bowl event, which will be at the Plano Bowling Alley. Correct. Also, we will be doing. Actually, Friday night, okay, what happens is Friday night, the sorting. So we're looking for volunteers. You can also call the Plano or the Chamber or City Hall to get involved with that. But Friday night, we'll do the sorting. Saturday night, we'll do the packing. And Sunday, we'll do the delivering, actually, to the homes.
How many folks did you deliver to last year?
Around 140, I believe, 140 boxes.
Okay, okay. And then that's all over the city of Plano.
It is all over Plano.
And the interesting thing about it is that it's kind of private what your personal need is, but you have residents all over town who are calling up and saying, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
The house down the street needs a little help. So they're taking care of each other now to get ready for Rockin' Christmas.
And the names are taken off with just the addresses. So that is something that's also we work with some seniors as well. I believe there are 10 to 12 seniors that will be getting meals as well. So
that's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful opportunity to be involved in your community. And I'll tell you what, if you want to feel humble and then feel thankful for what you have, get involved in that. Just the sorting alone. Come Friday night and see the Ross Greider Spirit Award, but go and deliver on Sunday.
Yeah.
So where can we learn more and how can we volunteer?
You can actually call the city of Plano City Hall, which, do you have the number with you by chance?
I
do
will
not.
make sure we get that number up for everybody.
We can actually also, you can call the chamber, which is 630-552-7272. That's the Plano Area Chamber of Commerce.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much.
This has been so much fun to have you here on our show and all our guests today. And I'm just honored to be here for Fox Valley Television. I hope you have a great day and we'll see you next time.
All right.